Right, everybody. Oh, happy day. I hope you're doing amazingly well. Welcome to Sundays with Jason, where we kick back, we have some chamomile tea, and we recharge and get ready for Monday, because Sundays are important because it's how you set the tone up before you take the big steps on Monday. So first off, Mondays matter, but if you don't do a couple little things on Sunday night, you'll be kind of surprised by your Monday and you won't have maybe as successful of a Monday as you want. So it's important that you know how to relax. It's not just about work, okay, like a mind-numbed person. It's important that you know how to just recharge. I hung out with my family this weekend. We went shopping, we hung out. I worked a little bit, not gonna lie, I did work a little bit, but I didn't work a lot. So it's important that you know how to enjoy some things. Work is great and you should be all in, but then when the weekends happen, you gotta give yourself permission to kind of let your hair down, help some other people, and then just put yourself into a position where you can relax with the people that ultimately matter the most to you. I'm sitting here driving to go pick up my kids, from youth group, having a great time there. And it's going to be, a fun rest of our night. My wife's making some biscuits and gravy. That's good. I can put my gravy on my gravy. If you like biscuits and gravy, put it in the comments. But I love biscuits and gravy. Just got a hot wood fire put in just before I headed out to go pick up the kids. So when I get back, it's going to be so warm and toasty when I get home, let me tell you. And there's just, for me, the weekends are important to rest and restore myself, just to recharge and get ready. And nothing better than hanging out with my family around a wood fire. The summers have been great, but there's something just magical about a wood fire. And for me, it's just relaxing. There's just something about it. And it's got so many correlations to insurance, because when you start a fire, you can have the best kindling, you got the best wood, you got everything dry, everything's ready. But unless you start the spark, unless you start with a tiny flame, nothing good takes place. And this really happens with some insurance agents where they're crazy talented, they've maybe been fully trained, they know what they do, they know how to do it. Maybe they'll buy leads and they never light the fire of finding themselves on the phone, believe it or not. This does take place where some folks they want the warmth, but they don't want it enough to light the match, right? Get that little spark within them and just take off. It happens in the industry, and anybody that tells you it doesn't, well, they're lying to your face, because 90% of the agent force doesn't find success, and it's because they never fanned the flame. Even when they got that fire lit, did they know enough to keep adding wood on the fire? The wood is your leads. You've got to keep bringing in fresh wood if you want to be fat and happy, like I will be this evening when my wife makes them biscuits and gravy and we relax around a fire. But that fire will eventually grow cold, and some insurance agents will maybe buy a lead order and then never again, and then you wonder why your career goes cold. Well, it really just boils down to you didn't keep buying leads. You got to buy leads on the weekly if you want to stay warm and fat and happy in this industry, and that's kind of what happens. So what did you do for the weekend? Enough about me. What did you do for the weekend? Did you do anything fun? Did you do anything that restored yourself? I mean, I had a pretty boring weekend in a good way. I mean, hung out with my family, went to good old Costco, got a fire going, and the wife's making biscuits and gravy. That's an amazing weekend. And then, of course, went to a football game. That was always good stuff. But it's always exciting to watch young men, and even watch my lady when she's playing her volleyball, just be competitive in such a good way. It's all about having that just ferociousness to win. And even when you get hit really hard, do you know how to get back up? And us as insurance agents, we'll get hit with the no's, we'll get hit with the negativity. Maybe your lead order didn't come in as fast as you wanted to. That's part of the deal, but how we deal with those hits is what makes us powerful. That's what makes you that top 8% in the nation of an agent that will just rise up and always just be about serving others, but also sticking and staying. It's a boring industry. This industry is very boring. You're going to see the same script over and over again if you're in telesales, and if you're a face-to-face agent, you'll do the same thing. But it's important that you work hard during the week, but then relax, rejuvenate yourself, give yourself permission to go to a football game, go hang out with your kids for goodness sakes. You don't get a second trip around this globe with your family, and I just cherish the time that I get to spend with my children because they grow up too quick. They just do. And it's important that we're real diligent about investing into them. They're the next generation, and we've got to just get that time in. It's not, money isn't what matters. It's making those minutes count, making those hours count, being intentional, having like active intentionality with your business transcends into how you love on your family, how you hang out with your kids, and that's something that's important to me. Even my dog, right, is like, yip, like, come on, man, you've been working too much, come hang with me. And it's important that you just know how to relax. So I hope you had a very good weekend that restored you, that rejuvenated you, and really got you into a position where you're starting to slowly have those gears turn, where you go from relax mode, recharge mode, and then really ready for Monday mode. And I'm not quite ready for Monday yet, even though I'm already thinking about it. But it's all about when I get home, I'm gonna go pick up the kids, and I'm just gonna hang out in front of the fire and do a whole lot of nothing intentionally. So even be intentional about your recharge time. Just put it down, right? Get yourself in a position where you just hang out, so that when Monday happens, when the meter clicks, you're ready to capitalize, you're ready to get on those phones, you're ready to pound, the pavement if you're a face-to-face insurance salesman or sales lady. It's important to just be all in. When you're in with your family, be all in. When you're working, be all in there too. It's important that you say what you mean and you do what you say, and when you walk the talk, it'll take you far. So I hope you have a great weekend. If you need any free resources, of course, they're always available at jasonfinalexpense.com, and always free resources for the taking. But I appreciate you hanging with me as I'm heading to go pick up my kiddos. So sorry about that cruddy cinematography, but you get what you get. Before I go hang out with my family, because I'm going to dump this phone in a heartbeat and go be diligent about hanging in front of a fire as soon as I get home. So hope you had a great weekend. And if you did something fun, put in the comments, and hope this video brought you a tiny bit of joy, and hope it gave you some tiny perspective into my monotonous weekend. But it was a great weekend, and it still is. Oh, I'm still excited about biscuits and gravy. I'm not going to lie. It's amazing. Do you like biscuits and gravy? If you, the audience, like biscuits and gravy, I'm curious. If you're not, I don't know. Something wrong with you. Okay, so all right, have a good one, you guys. We'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging with me.